At this year's Worldwide Developer Conference, Apple introduced a wide range of new features and capabilities, mostly under the umbrella of Apple Intelligence. While some of these AI-powered enhancements may feel evolutionary rather than revolutionary, there's still plenty to be excited about. From a supercharged Siri to interactive math notes, intelligent writing assistant to personalized image creation, Apple is making a clear push to weave artificial intelligence throughout its ecosystem in a way that feels intuitive and uniquely Apple. So let's dive in and take a closer look.
We've been using artificial intelligence and machine learning for years.
I think this is the first time Apple has publicly embraced the term artificial intelligence in a major keynote. While the company has a long track record of integrating AI and machine learning into its products, they usually do it with no fanfare or explicit labeling. So this shift in messaging suggests that Apple's now ready to stake its claim in a hotly contested space and more openly discuss its AI ambitions.
Recent developments in generative intelligence and large language models offer powerful capabilities that provide the opportunity to take the experience of using Apple products to new heights. So as we look to build in these incredible new capabilities, we want to ensure that the outcome reflects the principles at the core of our products. It has to be powerful enough to help with the things that matter most to you. It has to be intuitive and easy to use. It has to be deeply integrated into your product experiences. Most importantly, it has to understand you and be grounded in your personal context, like your routine, your relationships, your communications, and more. And of course, it has to be built with privacy from the ground up. Together, all of this goes beyond artificial intelligence. It's personal intelligence, and it's the next big step for Apple.
Wow, so this is a game-changing strategy. It sets a new industry standard for how AI should be integrated in consumer technology. I see Apple positioning itself as a leader in the development of user-centric artificial intelligence, with AI that's not only powerful, but most importantly, deeply personal and context-aware.
Introducing Apple Intelligence, the new personal intelligence system that makes your most personal products even more useful and delightful.
Staying true to its tradition of rebranding familiar concepts, Apple's coining its own term for AI, calling it Apple Intelligence. What Apple's doing here with the moniker Apple Intelligence is setting itself apart from the competitors by emphasizing the company's commitment to creating on-device, intelligent, intuitive, and user-friendly AI experiences we've come to expect. And since Apple makes and controls their own hardware, OS, and apps, they can deeply integrate AI technologies into the apps that we use every day, infusing our personal data and controlling the entire experience. This is why devices like the Rabbit R1 and the Humane AI Pin are at a serious disadvantage. They don't have ready access to all your personal data to the degree Apple does, like your contacts, calendar, emails, text messages, and photos. And I would have also expected Microsoft at this point to have done much more integration with their own apps, given their dominance in desktop. I want to replace something that Tim said.
It has to be built with privacy from the ground up.
As we'll see later, Apple is making a bold statement on privacy, setting itself apart from competitors by implementing unique measures to safeguard user data. This is a significant concern for many people, especially in the context of AI and machine learning. But here's where things take an unexpected turn. Apple's announcing a surprising partnership with OpenAI. Now, you might be wondering how Apple reconciles this collaboration with their strong stance on privacy. We'll see how Apple squares that circle in a bit, finding a way to partner with OpenAI while staying true to its privacy-first approach.
We're tremendously excited about the power of generative models. And there are already some really impressive chat tools out there that perform a vast array of tasks using world knowledge. But these tools know very little about you or your needs.
Apple again separating themselves from the competition, which in this case clearly points to market leaders OpenAI and Anthropic. Apple is saying, with us, your experience is going to feel more personal and connected.
With iOS 18, iPadOS 18, and macOS Sequoia, we are embarking on a new journey to bring you intelligence that understands you. Apple Intelligence is the personal intelligence system that puts powerful generative models right at the core of your iPhone, iPad, and Mac. It draws on your personal context to give you intelligence that's most helpful and relevant for you. It protects your privacy at every step.
There's a lot in that bit to unpack. You're going to get a personalized experience on device while protecting your privacy.
Let's take a closer look at Apple Intelligence, starting with its incredible capabilities. Then, we'll tell you about its unique architecture. And after that, we'll show you how it elevates so many of your everyday experiences. Let's begin with capabilities. Apple Intelligence will enable your iPhone, iPad, and Mac to understand and create language, as well as images, and take action for you to simplify interactions across your apps.
We've seen language and images in many models already, and some are even multimodal. But I like that Craig mentioned how you can take action across your apps. Finally! How long have you waited for Siri to do something useful besides just setting alarms and starting up your navigation app? So I'm super excited to hear about that. Coming up, we'll see several examples of how useful and seamless they've made some apps.
And what's truly unique is its understanding of your personal context. Language and text are fundamental to how we communicate and work. And the large language models built into Apple Intelligence deliver deep, natural language understanding, making so many of your day-to-day tasks faster and easier. For example, your iPhone can prioritize your notifications to minimize unnecessary distractions while ensuring you don't miss something important.
While prioritizing notifications based on personal context is useful as a feature, it's not exactly groundbreaking. Many other companies have already implemented similar functionality using generative AI and machine learning techniques. What Craig is describing here seems to be a fairly standard application of these technologies, not really unique or innovative. To really stand out, we're going to need to see some more advanced use cases or novel integrations.
Apple Intelligence also powers brand new writing tools that you can access system-wide to feel more confident in your writing. Writing tools can rewrite, proofread, and summarize text for you, whether you're working on an article or blog post, condensing ideas to share with your classmates, or looking over a review before you post it online. And they're available automatically across Mail, Notes, Safari, Pages, Keynote, and even your third-party apps.
Rewriting, proofreading, summarizing. These are useful, but again, not groundbreaking. Many AI-powered tools already do this. However, what sets Apple apart is the deep integration into the OS. Having these writing tools available system-wide across native apps and third-party apps is a significant convenience. If you have a seamlessly integrated AI writing assistant that you can access whenever you need it without having to cut and paste from standalone apps, you have a huge time saver. It's another example of Apple's focus on creating a cohesive and user-friendly ecosystem. Now, I want to shift over to an exciting new feature that wasn't introduced under the Apple Intelligence umbrella that's going to change the game when it comes to working with math on your device, Math Notes. This AI-powered tool is built right into the Calculator app, and it's honestly mind-blowing. Check out this clip.
I'm so excited to show you the new Math Notes experience. I get to it by just tapping the new Calculator button right here. And with my Apple Pencil, I'll just start writing out expressions, like I would on a piece of paper. As soon as I write an equal sign, Calculator immediately solves it for me. And even shows me the results in handwriting like my own. When I make a change, the results update live. And I can go beyond basic math with all of the same functions from the scientific calculator. I can save my math notes and come back to them later if I'm working on different things. Like here, where I'm working on a budget for my team's upcoming table tennis tournament. Since I'm in Math Notes, I can sum these costs quickly by just drawing a line underneath them. It's so natural. Math Notes are also really powerful when it comes to more complex math. Here, I have a physics problem my teammate and I are working on. We're calculating the maximum height of a table tennis ball when I hit it with different speeds and angles. Math Notes supports variables, so I've declared a few here, and there's an expression below, which uses these variables to help me calculate the height. What's powerful about variables is that if I change one, like the velocity of my shot, it will change the related results too. And if I want to see how this speed impacts the height visually, I can. I'll just put y equals in front of this equation. And now, when I tap the equals sign, I have an option to create a graph. And if I'm curious how the height will be impacted by the angle of my shot, I can hover my pencil over the angle and adjust it to see how it affects my graph in real time. It's an easy way to explore equations and math. And that's just a quick look at Math Notes in Calculator.
Wow, some really cool interactive features in Math Notes. Obviously, they're using AI behind the scenes, but they don't emphasize that. I'm blown away by how intuitive and powerful this feature is. It's like having a super smart math assistant right there with you. And they've made it so fun. I wish I had that when I was in grade school. Being able to write out problems naturally, see the results in real time, and explore equations visually. It's a totally new way to engage with mathematics. Let's continue.
Apple Intelligence offers a host of capabilities for images. From photos to emojis and GIFs, it's so much fun to express ourselves visually. And now you can create totally original images to make everyday conversations even more enjoyable. And because Apple Intelligence understands the people in your photo library, you can personalize these images for your conversations. So, when you wish a friend a happy birthday, you can create an image of them surrounded by cake, balloons, and flowers.
I'm looking forward to trying this out because I have an extensive photo library and I want to see how accurate it'll be at picking out specific photos from that collection. I could never possibly scroll through the library to find what I'm looking for. But wow, that would be very useful to pick out photos with just a few details.
Another way Apple Intelligence is deeply impactful is its ability to take action across your apps. The greatest source of tools for taking actions is already in your pocket with the apps you use every day. And we have designed Apple Intelligence so it can tap into these tools and carry out tasks on your behalf. So you can say things like, pull up the files that Jaws shared with me last week, or show me all the photos of Mom, Olivia, and me, or play the podcast that my wife sent the other day.
Wow, this is so exciting. Just think about the amount of time you waste going back and forth from one app to another, searching for files, text, emails, and now you can use voice to control multiple apps in a single interaction. If I had to pick only one new Apple AI feature, this would be it.
There's one more critical building block for personal intelligence, and that's an understanding of your personal context. Apple Intelligence is grounded in your personal information and context, with the ability to retrieve and analyze the most relevant data from across your apps, as well as to reference the content on your screen, like an email or calendar event you're looking at. This can be incredibly useful in so many moments throughout the day. Suppose one of my meetings is being rescheduled for late in the afternoon, and I'm wondering if it's going to prevent me from getting to my daughter's play performance on time. Apple Intelligence can process the relevant personal data to assist me. It can understand who my daughter is, the play details she sent several days ago, the time and location for my meeting, and predicted traffic between my office and the theater. Understanding this kind of personal context is essential for delivering truly helpful intelligence, but it has to be done right. You should not have to hand over all the details of your life to be warehoused and analyzed in someone's AI cloud.
Ooh, did you catch that shade? Without naming names, it's pretty clear he's taking a swipe at a certain company known for its large language models and not so subtle data collection practices, OpenAI. Apple's over here like, hey, we can do this cool AI stuff too, but we're not going to make you give up your firstborn child to do it. It's a bold move, emphasizing privacy while still flexing their AI muscles. I guess we'll have to wait and see if Apple Intelligence can really go toe-to-toe with the big boys without dipping into that sweet, sweet user data honeypot. And here's the kicker. At the same time, they're announcing a partnership with OpenAI. Talk about a plot twist. It's like watching a health nut join forces with a fast food chain. But hey, if Apple can find a way to work with OpenAI while still keeping your data under lock and key, more power to them. Because let's be real, given a choice between maintaining my privacy and sharing my data to train models, it's a no-brainer. I'll take the privacy route every time.
With Apple Intelligence, powerful intelligence goes hand in hand with powerful privacy. Let me tell you more about its architecture and how it's built with privacy at the core. The cornerstone of the personal intelligence system is on-device processing. We have integrated it deep into your iPhone, iPad, and Mac, and throughout your apps, so it's aware of your personal data without collecting your personal data. This is only possible through our unique integration of hardware and software and our years-long investment in building advanced silicon for on-device intelligence. Deeply integrated generative models require immense processing power. And with our most advanced Apple silicon, the A17 Pro and M family of chips, we have the computational foundation to power Apple Intelligence. This personal intelligence system is comprised of highly capable large language and diffusion models that are specialized for your everyday tasks and can adapt on the fly to your current activity. It also includes an on-device semantic index that can organize and surface information from across your apps.
In this segment, Apple glosses over the technical details of the AI models powering Apple Intelligence. Instead, they focus on what matters most to users' privacy and a seamless, intuitive experience. By keeping things simple and abstracting away the complex inner workings of their AI system, Apple stays true to its design philosophy of prioritizing user experience above all else. They've developed custom AI models that integrate directly with the OS, enabling powerful features while keeping your data secure and private. As we'll see in the upcoming examples, Apple's approach delights and delivers an efficient experience, even if users don't know all the nitty-gritty details of what's happening behind the scenes. It's all about making AI accessible and useful without compromising privacy or simplicity.
We want to extend the privacy and security of your iPhone into the cloud to unlock even more intelligence for you. So we have created Private Cloud Compute. Private Cloud Compute allows Apple Intelligence to flex and scale its computational capacity and draw on even larger server-based models for more complex requests while protecting your privacy. These models run on servers we've especially created using Apple Silicon. These Apple Silicon servers offer the privacy and security of your iPhone from the silicon on up, draw on the security properties of the Swift programming language, and run software with transparency built in. When you make a request, Apple Intelligence analyzes whether it can be processed on device. If it needs greater computational capacity, it can draw on private cloud compute and send only the data that's relevant to your task to be processed on Apple Silicon servers. Your data is never stored or made accessible to Apple. It's used exclusively to fulfill your request. And just like your iPhone, independent experts can inspect the code that runs on these servers to verify this privacy promise. In fact, private cloud compute cryptographically ensures your iPhone, iPad, and Mac will refuse to talk to a server unless its software has been publicly logged for inspection.
Private cloud compute is an interesting development. I'm not sure how this is going to work. The specifics aren't clear, but I'm sure Apple has put considerable thought into extending the same level of privacy and security of on-device processing to the cloud. The idea that independent experts can inspect the server code to verify Apple's privacy promises is a step towards transparency and accountability, so kudos there. While Apple has a preference for on-device AI, it can use the cloud when it needs to. In this case, Apple Intelligence will request your explicit permission before going to the cloud. So you stay in control of your data and can make informed decisions about when and how the cloud is used. Here's another observation. By designing their AI architecture in this way, Apple's given themselves the flexibility to transition to an entirely local on-device processing model in the future. As the capabilities of devices continue to grow, it may be possible to perform all the AI tasks locally without the need for any cloud access. Apple's playing the long game, and this forward-thinking approach positions Apple to adapt to evolving technology and user preferences while always keeping privacy at the forefront.
You can speak to Siri more naturally, thanks to richer language understanding capabilities. Even if I stumble over my words, Siri understands what I'm getting at. What does the weather look like for tomorrow at Muir Beach? Oh wait, I meant Muir Woods.
The forecast is calling for clear skies in the morning near Muir Woods National Monument.
Siri's voice interface may sound familiar, but under the hood it's been supercharged with advanced language understanding capabilities. The demo shows that Siri can now grasp the user's intent, even when they misspeak or correct themselves mid-query. This NLP improvement makes interacting with Siri feel more conversational and human-like. But that's not all. Siri's been unleashed to coordinate complex actions across both native and third-party apps. This means that Siri can now serve as a centralized hub for managing tasks and retrieving information from multiple sources, streamlining the user experience and reducing the need to thumb through individual apps. By leveraging the power of Apple Intelligence and the deep integration with the OS, Apple finally delivers the Siri upgrade that we've been waiting for. It can now act as a capable and efficient virtual assistant, and I think this enhancement has enormous potential to revolutionize the way users interact with their devices.
You might not want to speak to Siri out loud. What's great is that now, at any time, you have the option to type to Siri. With just a double tap at the bottom of the screen, I can quickly and quietly ask Siri to set an alarm. And you can switch between text and voice, communicating in whatever way feels right for the moment.
Texting is another useful way to interact with Siri, but not revolutionary. There are plenty of times when it wouldn't be appropriate to use voice, however, like when you're in a library or lecture, commuting on a quiet train, or in a noisy public place, for example.
Siri will have the ability to take hundreds of new actions in and across apps, including some that leverage our new writing and image generation capabilities. For example, you'll be able to say, "Show me my photos of Stacy in New York wearing her pink coat," and Siri will bring those right up. Then you might say, "Make this photo pop," and Siri will enhance it just like that. And Siri will be able to take actions across apps. So you could say, "Add this to my note with Stacy's bio," and it will jump from the Photos app to the Notes app to make it happen. This is going to bring us closer to realizing our vision in which Siri moves through the system in concert with you. This is made possible through significant enhancements that we're making to App Intents, a framework that lets apps define a set of actions for Siri, shortcuts, and other system experiences. And this won't be limited to apps made by Apple. For developers, they'll be able to use the App Intents framework to define actions in their apps and tap into Apple Intelligence too.
These new features are game-changing. With the improvements to App Intents, Siri can now understand and carry out complex tasks that involve multiple apps, both Apple's own and third-party apps. This means you can tell Siri what you want to do using natural language, and it will figure out the steps needed and then coordinate with the different apps to make it happen. So say you need to schedule an Uber to get your dinner reservation on time, Siri can handle all the details like checking your conversation history for the time and place, scheduling the ride, and making sure you arrive on time. By allowing third-party developers to use the App Intents framework, Apple is creating a whole ecosystem where apps can work together seamlessly through Siri. This makes it easy for users to get things done without having to jump between different apps. Overall, these new capabilities represent a big step forward in how digital assistants like Siri can understand and meet users' needs, simplifying complex tasks and making our lives more convenient.
Thanks to Apple Intelligence, it has awareness of your personal context. With its semantic index of things like photos, calendar events, and files, plus information that's stashed in passing messages and emails, like hotel bookings, PDFs of concert tickets, and links that your friends have shared. Siri will find and understand things it never could before. And with the powerful privacy protections of Apple Intelligence, Siri will use this information to help you get things done without compromising your privacy. You'll be able to ask Siri to find something when you can't remember if it was in an email, a text, or a shared note, like some book recommendations that a friend sent you a while back. Or for times when you're filling out a form and need to input your driver's license, Siri will be able to find a photo of your license, extract your ID number, and type it into the form for you.
That's cool. I would use this all the time. Siri can find info across your emails, messages, notes, and files, then extract data from images? Nice. What a time saver that will be.
I want to show you one more demo that will give you a sense for how powerful Siri will be when it draws on the personal context awareness and action capabilities built into Apple Intelligence. Imagine that I'm planning to pick my mom up from the airport and I'm trying to figure out my timing. Siri is going to be able to help me do this so easily. Siri, when is my mom's flight landing? What's awesome is that Siri actually cross-references flight details that my mom shared with me by email with real-time flight tracking to give me her up-to-date arrival time. What's our lunch plan? I don't always remember to add things to my calendar, and so I love that Siri can help me keep track of plans that I've made in casual conversation, like this lunch reservation my mom mentioned in a text. How long will it take us to get there from the airport? I haven't had to jump from mail to messages to maps to figure out this plan. And a set of tasks that would have taken minutes on my own, and honestly probably would have resulted in a call to my mom, could be addressed in a matter of seconds.
Another example of orchestration that illustrates how useful and time-saving this is going to be. I think this feature is quickly going to become an indispensable part of our daily routines.
Rewrite gives you different versions of what you've written, so you can choose the one you like best. This is great for making sure your cover letter for that job you're excited for lands perfectly. And suggestions are shown in line, so you can go with a combination of flow and wording that works for you. Rewrite also helps you get the tone right. Have you ever reread a work email that you just wrote and thought, oh, this might not go over well? Well, now you can change the tone of that response to your colleague to make it sound more friendly, professional, or concise. You can also describe how you'd like it rewritten. For example, you can invite your friends to a get-together with a one-of-a-kind invitation, written as a poem. Who could say no to that? Another way writing tools can help you is with Proofread. Say you're emailing your English professor. With Proofread, you can nail grammar, word choice, and sentence structure to put your best foot forward. You can review suggested edits and their explanations individually, or accept them all with a click.
Well, there are other writing tools out there that do this, so this feature isn't new. But again, the usefulness comes with how well it's integrated into the Apple platform.
Apple Intelligence also powers Smart Reply in Mail. For example, when you need to RSVP to an event, you will now see suggestions for your response based on the email. If you say you'll be there, Mail identifies questions you were asked in the invite and offers intelligent selections so you can quickly choose your responses.
I think this feature is going to change email communication forever. With this, you can't overlook important points because it identifies all the key questions. Intelligent selections save time and brain power, so you're not drafting emails from scratch. And your thorough and relevant reply demonstrates respect for the sender. Not only is this a time saver, it's a leap forward in communication.
Finally, let's talk about how Apple Intelligence helps you stay on top of a busy inbox. We all deal with sorting through a ton of email every day. And now it's easier and faster than ever to browse your inbox. Instead of previewing the first few lines of each email that don't always convey the most useful information, you can now see summaries visible right from your email list. So without even opening the email, you'll know that your team is meeting on Thursday to discuss a new design. And if you jump into a particularly long email when you're in a hurry, you can tap to reveal a summary at the top of the email and cut right to the chase. We're also elevating priority messages. Apple Intelligence can understand the content of the emails you receive, determine what's most urgent, and surface it right at the top, like a dinner invite for tonight or a boarding pass for your trip this afternoon.
While email summarization and prioritization are nothing new, their integration into the Apple platform demonstrates a powerful and differentiated approach to AI. With the launch of these Apple Intelligence features, it's now apparent that Apple's strategy was not just about playing catch-up, but about delivering a superior and integrated AI experience that leverages the strengths of their exclusive ecosystem.
But even with thousands of emoji to choose from, there are times when you can't quite find the right one for how you feel. So we're introducing Genmoji. Leveraging the power of Apple Intelligence, you can create Genmoji on device right in the keyboard and match any moment perfectly. Just provide a description and you'll see your Genmoji appear right before your eyes, along with more options to choose from.
Well, it's good to have more options to express yourself, and I like that you don't have to scroll through pages of emoji or type in a keyword and have to choose from 2 boring ideas. This is going to be a fun feature to add creativity and personality, but I wonder if Apple has a feature to screen out inappropriate images.
And because it's so much fun to use images to express ourselves, we went even further with a new system experience we call Image Playground. This is a new way to create playful images in just seconds. It's so easy to use, and we built it right into apps like Messages. To get started, you can choose from a range of concepts like themes, costumes, accessories, places, and more. When you select them, they get added to your playground. No need to engineer the perfect prompt. In a few seconds, you'll see Apple Intelligence creates a preview of what your image could look like.
It looks like the images are confined to be playful, as they say. We're not seeing photorealism here.
A moment later, you'll see more previews you can swipe through. This all happens on device, so you have the freedom to experiment and create as many images as you want. This is great for quickly responding to your friends with just the right image. When you have a really specific idea in mind, you could just type a description to add it to your playground. And you can easily adjust which style you want to use. And choose from animation, sketch, or illustration. Whichever suits the vibe of your conversation.
This provides some flexibility for style, and it's great that all the image generation happens on device. They also have a dedicated Image Playground app if you want to play around with different concepts and styles. Anything you generate, you can share on social media, and developers get access to an API to integrate the Playground experience into their apps.
Suppose you want a better image for your architectural history course. With Image Wand, you can circle your rough sketch using Apple Pencil to open up an image playground within your note. Image Wand uses on-device intelligence to analyze your sketch and words and creates an image for you. What's really fun is that you can even circle empty space, and it will pull out context from the surrounding area to suggest the ideal image to go with your note. It has never been easier to make your notes more visual and engaging.
This is really cool and a potential time saver. Image Wand is a brilliant addition to the Notes app that showcases both Apple's AI innovation and UX design. If you're looking to take your note-taking and visual communication to the next level, this is a must-try feature in my opinion.
There are other artificial intelligence tools available that can be useful for tasks that draw on broad world knowledge or offer specialized domain expertise. We want you to be able to use these external models without having to jump between different tools. So we're integrating them right into your experiences. And we're starting out with the best of these, the pioneer and market leader ChatGPT from OpenAI, powered by GPT-4o. First, we built support into Siri, so Siri can tap into ChatGPT's expertise when it might be helpful for you. For example, if you need menu ideas for an elaborate meal to make for friends using some freshly caught fish and ingredients from your garden, you can just ask Siri. Siri determines that ChatGPT might have good ideas for this, asks your permission to share your question, and presents the answer directly.
Even though they're in partnership with OpenAI, they're treating OpenAI as an integration, not an app. They've integrated the power of OpenAI's ChatGPT 4o at certain touchpoints, and they've done it in a way that feels seamless. They've even opened the door for integrations with other models like Claude, Llama 3, and other models to come, like maybe even Apple's own frontier model? I see this as part of a future-proofing strategy to hedge against over-reliance on any particular AI partner, while they get positioned in the market and continue investing in their own AI development. Very smart and powerful strategy.
You can also include photos with your questions. If you want some advice on decorating, you can take a picture and ask, what kind of plants would go well on this deck? Siri confirms if it's okay to share your photo with ChatGPT and brings back relevant suggestions. It's a seamless integration. In addition to photos, you can also ask questions related to your documents, presentations, or PDFs. We've also integrated ChatGPT into the system-wide writing tools with Compose. You can create content with ChatGPT for whatever you're writing about. Suppose you want to create a custom bedtime story for your 6-year-old who loves butterflies and solving riddles. Put in your initial idea and send it to ChatGPT to get something back she'll love. Compose can also help you tap into ChatGPT's image capabilities to generate images in a wide variety of styles to illustrate your bedtime story.
I'm impressed. Apple's making this kind of multimodal processing look easy. In-app photo interpretation is an amazing feature that I can't wait to start using.
You'll be able to access ChatGPT for free without creating an account. Your requests and information will not be logged. And for ChatGPT subscribers, you'll be able to connect your account and access paid features right within our experiences. Of course, you're in control over when ChatGPT is used and will be asked before any of your information is shared. ChatGPT integration will be coming to iOS 18, iPadOS 18, and macOS Sequoia later this year. We also intend to add support for other AI models in the future.
Whoa, that's amazing. You don't have to plug in your API key, and you get presumably unlimited access to the latest and greatest model, fully integrated and non-logged. I wonder what level of SLA they're guaranteeing Apple. Since Apple's known for their commitment to user experience, they must have secured a service level agreement that would give them consistently great performance and availability. So that's a look at the AI-focused announcements coming out of WWDC. Today marked a significant leap forward for AI, with Apple challenging the status quo and introducing so much new on-device AI. There's a lot to be excited about. With that said, I was looking for Apple to chart its own path by introducing their own frontier model. At least by providing support for other AI models, I'm hopeful that Apple's hedge against over-reliance on a single partner will soon give rise to Apple as a leader in shaping the future of artificial intelligence. As one of the few tech giants with the resources and expertise to develop a competitive AI model, Apple has the potential to challenge OpenAI's dominance and foster a more diverse and competitive AI landscape. By partnering with OpenAI and integrating ChatGPT into their ecosystem, at least in the short run, Apple seems to be validating and reinforcing OpenAI's dominance rather than providing a viable alternative. I believe that a diverse and competitive AI landscape is crucial for driving progress and ensuring that the benefits of AI are widely distributed. I'm hopeful that Apple's partnership with OpenAI doesn't lead to a more homogeneous and centralized AI ecosystem, which could have negative implications for privacy, transparency, and accountability. So I'm encouraged that Apple's taken steps to restrict user data from flowing to OpenAI and is treating model inferences as a limited integration. Users will at least have control over when ChatGPT is used and will be asked before any of their information is shared. This is a positive step toward protecting user privacy and maintaining control over personal data. Only time will tell how this partnership will play out and what impact it will have on the AI industry as a whole. As a tech enthusiast, I'll be watching closely to see how Apple navigates this new relationship with OpenAI and whether they can find ways to foster competition and innovation in the AI space. In this video, we took an in-depth look at the groundbreaking AI features Apple unveiled at WWDC 2024 under the umbrella of Apple Intelligence. Apple is taking a unique approach compared to competitors like OpenAI and Anthropic by deeply integrating AI capabilities throughout their ecosystem in a way that feels seamless and intuitive. The emphasis is on weaving intelligence into users' daily workflows to simplify interactions and boost productivity, rather than providing a separate AI interface. Some of the most exciting developments include Siri's supercharged language understanding and ability to coordinate complex actions across apps, math notes for handwritten interactive math, visual problem solving, and interactive graphs, powerful writing assistance tools for rewriting, proofreading, summarizing, and tone adjustment, intelligent email summarization and prioritization, the ability to create playful, personalized images with Genmoji and Image Playground, an image wand feature in Notes that generates images from hand-drawn sketches, integration of OpenAI's ChatGPT for world knowledge queries with the ability to include photos and documents. While the ChatGPT partnership validates OpenAI's current dominance, Apple is wisely hedging by making the integration limited and putting users in control of when their data is shared. Support for other AI models is planned in the future. Overall, I think Apple Intelligence represents a major leap forward in human-centric AI that capitalizes on Apple's strengths, their integrated hardware-software ecosystem, focus on ease of use, and commitment to privacy. If executed well, this could propel Apple to the forefront of the AI race. The main open question I have is whether Apple will develop their own large foundational models to lessen reliance on OpenAI over time. As one of the few companies with the resources and expertise to potentially challenge OpenAI, I believe it's in Apple's long-term interest to chart an independent path. Regardless, Apple Intelligence lays out a compelling vision for the future of AI, one that is deeply personal, context-aware, and woven into the fabric of our digital lives. I look forward to trying out these new capabilities and seeing how Apple's human-centric approach to AI develops in the years ahead. If you like this kind of content and want to stay up to date on important AI advances, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Scott Ingram, and thanks for watching.